chase your dreams. I am here to remind you once again to chase your dreams. Hello everybody, my name is Benedicta Ajuma-Brinto. I am a current Master's in Public Health student at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. I am the host of this podcast, My Planet Self, and today I come to you with another episode where we talk all about how to present your best self, whether it's social media, whether it's anything that you just want to do. You want to show up your best, right? It doesn't matter whether people are clapping for you, whether they're commenting, or whatever the response may be. All that matters is you know what you're doing, you know what you're putting in, and you know for sure what you seek on the other side of the action that you're taking right now. So stay tuned. In my last episode, if you were not here, I will recap with you really quickly. I did talk a lot about the MCAT and quite a lot about the application cycle and how best it is to wait. It's such a difficult thing to put into perspective, how to wait in the application cycle. There's no easy or quick answer. You really have to figure out what works for you. So a couple of talking points that I mentioned was to find a hobby. You need to make sure that you're directing your time and talents to all of the things that you're passionate about. Do you have a passion project? Are you passionate about tech, Python, R, like all of these cool things that you could do? It is very important that you take the time to do them, because once you start medical school, like, you're not gonna have that time. All right, you can also try other avenues. Try getting off of SDN, try getting off of Reddit. It is very important to keep your sanity, because you are going to meet a lot of other pre-meds that are so lunatic about the application cycle that they just unbearable. All right, they just can't bear to let others know that, oh hey, yeah, MCAT actually sucks. Meanwhile, the MCAT is actually a 507 or something. Like, there are always that one MCAT pre-med subredditor that will just tell you, hey, maybe you need to retake the MCAT, and then your MCAT is 510. Like, what? A lot of the times it's not really how high or how low your MCAT is. It's about how you present your application, your essays, and all of these other factors. So it is important that you learn to take other people's things with a grain of salt. Trust me, they have their own battles that they're fighting. And if you rely completely on them, then you will become the problem. And I don't want that to be you, all right? Another point that I was really excited about was just to pick up just hobbies. You know, I mentioned about passion projects. Passion projects could just be something that may not bring you money, or just something that you just really passionate about. Hobbies too could be something you're passionate about, but it's more so, I guess, some fun cutesy things like crocheting, DJing, tennis, pickleball. You know, you can't really call pickleball a passion project. I mean, you could, all right, but I'm just saying there's some other cutesy fun stuff you could do, you know. And I love, just recently picked up DJing, and it's been so cool to mesh some of the songs. I actually played a sample of a mix that I did, so go back and watch, okay? I mean, go back and listen to that episode, and you're gonna love it, all right? I have been a DJ now, all right, period. Another point that I would talk about before we jump into what we're going to talk about in this current episode is just the ability to send update letters and try to update schools that, hey, you've been doing well, this is what you've been doing. It helps you just remind yourself of how bad you want that school. The school, once they realize that, they will also acknowledge that, hey, you really want us, and they will try their best to at least reach out to you to see how things work. You know, you want to make sure that you're doing your due diligence with how good and how bad you want it with the schools, and perhaps how just stressful you want to put yourself in as a medical student, you know, because medical school it is tough. And I'm starting to see it myself, even as an accepted student right now, which, by the way, guys, it still does not feel real. whenever they say it doesn't hit, that the feeling is just unimaginable. I don't think nothing can beat it. It is that quintessential feeling of being in cloud nine. Because whoa, like, yeah, it's been what, 2 weeks now? Actually, it's been over 2 weeks. It's been 22 days now. I believe I got the acceptance November 7th, and it has been still like a blur for me, pretty much, because it's like, whoa, this is insane. I can't believe, like, I that's my reality. Like, I start medical school next year, guys. I start medical school, which is insane. And now the fear has started creeping in. There are a couple of things I have on my list I plan to do. Like, I need to get my ADHD checked out for sure. I also need to travel. I need to complete my work. I also need to hopefully launch Handy, which I guess we can dedicate a whole episode to Handy maybe next week. And really just try to connect and organize certain things before I start, because once I start, I'll be in the books. Like, I'll be in the books, Anki, watch lectures, write notes, and I make sure that all the things are like clicking. I really like analogy, so I'm very excited to be able to apply those. So yes, guys, I am an incoming MS0, actually incoming MS1, but right now I'm MX0. I've always wanted to play with those terms. Like, are you kidding me? Clock that. I know that's right. Anyways, we're here for this episode, and I watched a movie. Sonia Uche, shout out to Sonia Uche. If you are not into Sonia Uche, get into her, because she is the GOAT. All right, she writes her stories in such an, it's so relatable. Oh, I'd be clutching my pearls if I had one. I'd be digging in, because she's too good and she's funny. Like, every single time I watch her movies, I make sure my stomach is down. It drops to my ass. All right, yeah, that's how I feel. But this one is particularly titled, I believe, Mara and Martha, something like that. And the narrative really was just Amarachi, which was Sonia. She essentially wanted to do everything in this world, everything under the sun, right? She wanted to dance and play football, act. She really wasn't sure what she wanted to do, but she wanted to try them. And she started with dancing, right? She would dance her heart out. And that's the thing, whenever you're doing something, try your best to just put your all in it. So she was dancing her heart out, but her mother was her biggest her biggest enemy, because instead of her mother to inspire and motivate her, her mother was the opposite. Hey, you are never going to be a good dancer. You are never going to do better in this lifestyle. You are never going to push through to be that woman that you need to be. And that is a red flag. That was her mother. But mothers can be red flags. Let's talk about it. Some family members can be the ops. They are the walking ops. All right, they're up before the friend on the outside will up, and that's the scary part of things. And I also realized that she wanted to try football, singing at the church with the choir, and funny enough, she was failing in all of these things, and she was not afraid to fail. But her mother, being again her biggest hater, saw those failures that she was going through with all of those other things that she tried as a getaway free card to tell her daughter that she was not going anywhere. She was not going to get better anytime soon with anything. She was not going to get anywhere in this life. Hey, you can't even sing. Where do you think you're going? You can't even dance. Where do you think you're going? You can't even act. Where do you think you're going to get the money to build that house that you wanted to? And that, once again, is a problem. A lot of the times we have our family members as our biggest haters. And a couple of things that I learned from that was, first of all, she emphasized to her mother and to herself that she will make it. And she didn't just say that and just went back home to sit down. She kept going. The first time she was dancing, it didn't work. She didn't win the money. She probably couldn't dance as much as she could have, but she thought she did. But that's the thing, though. You need to believe in yourself. She didn't get the money. Her mother thought that as a failure. She tried football. She didn't get the money. She didn't win. But her mother, once again, said, hey, maybe you're not good at this. Maybe you're not good at anything in life. Which was a problem. She tried singing in church. Didn't work out. She tried acting. And the thing is, she had audacity. And that is what a lot of us miss. And we try to shame people that have audacity too. And that is a problem. Because if you don't have the audacity, but someone does have that audacity, why do we place ourselves in a situation to bring those people that have audacity down? Whether they're failing or not, they may not be getting the applause that they need. They may not be getting all of the things that they may need. But here you are, just bringing them down. And that is not cool. One thing I loved about that movie was Amarachi's sister. Despite her mother bringing her down, her sister was a rock. Her sister, despite being thought as better than Amarachi, really understood the perspective of life and how someone can try and try and try and try and still make it out even better. Because in the end, Amarachi, actually almost struck a deal that was better than who the mother was comparing her to in the beginning. And that, y'all, is why you need to stick it out, keep going. Don't ever give up, because you are almost there. You are almost certainly there. And I really loved Amarachi's audacity to just put herself out there. Because guess what? She reached out to an actor and said, hey, I love your work. But here's the case. I would really love for you to connect me to some producers or perhaps some actors. Teach me how to act or show me the best way to go about this. She got that opportunity. But here's the thing, that opportunity did not come easy to her. When she first reached out, this actor pretty much betrayed her, and that was the problem, right? So what I took from that was, whenever you start out trying to make it or trying to really get the resources or your foot in the door, there will be people that will try to intimidate you or try to betray you in some way, shape, or form. And when you first start out, that is where and when you are most miserable, because you don't have the resources, you don't have the connections. So when you need some connections, the person is like, hey, I'll only give you that connection if you do this for me. And that is wrong. She literally met an actor that did this. She met this actor that was like, hey, I'm going to tell you about this producer who will be down to give you a role for you to start your acting career. But here is the thing. You need to sleep with me. She was very uncomfortable at first, because what do you mean? Why can't you just go ahead and give me the contact of this producer? Why must we sleep together? But here's the thing, she still went on with anyways. She could have stopped this, but she felt that she needed to achieve her dreams so bad. And part of it is attributed to her mom, because her mom was just beating her up so bad. Like, you're never gonna succeed. You're such a you what are you doing in this life? So when this man presented her this opportunity to give her a role through a connection with a producer, she just couldn't pass it by. And that's the crazy part. Whenever you are at your lowest, you may think, hey, I have to take everything that is given to me. But no, you don't need to. You don't have to. It's hard at first, but you don't have to take every single crumb. It makes your life even more miserable. That should not be your reality. And I'm praying that we don't get to the point where we're at our lowest for people or someone to stoop over us, take advantage of us, because it hurts. I could see it through her and all of the people around her when she found out that guy was lying. He actually went around her to sleep with her sister. The guy manipulated her. Neither did he get her that producer's contact. So double homicide, he betrayed her and manipulated her. For what? Because she was just young, dumb, broke. And a lot of the times people, men in general, feel the need to betray and abuse and manipulate women just because they're broke, because they're just unintelligent, negligent, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. Like, this should stop. It should stop. And that is why, if you are listening to me right now, I am praying and hoping that you start stacking your own money. Don't stoop so low to the fact that you're begging a man here left and right for them to get you a Chanel bag, an umbrella, whatever the case may be. We're not doing that. You're better than that. You need to be able to give yourself the opportunity to provide for your own self in case anything just happens. That was just by the way, because that pissed me off. She ended up having to out him, posting a social media post, having to announce it to the whole village that was the kind of man he was. And in fact, a lot of other girls came out saying, hey, we know who he is. Later on, she got the opportunity to act, because it was through that video that she posted about that man. Not sure what it was, but there was a mannerism that she showed that got her and landed her an acting gig, and she got her transportation and everything covered to act. So guess what? She ate it up, and it's something that I am so proud of her. I know it was just a skit, but for someone to go through such a traumatic experience and still manage and make it out, y'all don't understand. It's so hard for people to come out of those things alive and stronger than they were. So I really was excited, and what stood out to me was the fact that the mother came around. The mother did not stay where she was in the beginning, She actually apologized, saying, hey, I'm so sorry that I did not believe in you. I did not see it. I thought your sister would be the better one. Mind you, the sister was younger, so for her to think that was quite abysmal. She was like, hey, I understand. It's okay. They hugged it out and everything was all good again, which was very nice. I loved seeing that. But then it struck to me, because it's like, this thing happened to us on a daily. I have experienced it firsthand myself, right? What does it mean for you to achieve or try all of these other things that you think there's a possibility for you to be good at, right? what are mine? I love photography, I love dancing, I love all of these things. Medicine. There's never been an inclination for me to love, to try, fall in love with failing, not intentionally, but fail to the point that I am learning and growing from whatever it is that I'm trying to do. Growing in life. I think it's a beauty. For me now, currently, this is what I'm experimenting in. It's more so like social media, content creation. And I know it's going to be such a long road, even with medical school, but that's why it's important to at least proceed to fail. Because there are people that won't try at all. I have so many videos, so many pictures that I never posted. It's like, whoa, Benny, why do you not post? Because I have always been the chief of consumption and not a pusher or a mover for production. And that I anticipate to change by the time it is my birthday, which, by the way, it's next month. But I've always been so excited about just content. I love pictures. I'm a photoholic, all right? I am also a videoholic because I be taking videos every single time. And I also love to yap. I'm sitting here recording this podcast right now with y'all because I love y'all. And I love to see people listen to my voice. If you're listening to me, shout out to you and thank you so much. But trying to experiment in the things that I love has been beautiful. Being able to fail, as a DJ trying to mix songs, it has been beautiful. Fun fact, today actually, my church hosted a Friendsgiving and it was wonderful. Everybody brought their wonderful food. I was so extra. I made spring rolls. I made buffalo. I made banku and okra stew. Mind you, we were only asked to bring food following the first letter of our names, but I'm just too extra. But anyways, the conversation, the organization was great. The games were great. And Esmond, shout out to you, brought a DJ console and I was geeked. I was geeked because I've never actually used a console before. Every single time I DJ, I use my laptop and I have to use a keyboard, the mouse, it's always a mess, all right? So it was very nice to be able to try it out and see how it works. It was an adjustment, but it was cool. I got a hang of it. So it was important for me to fail. I have never used it, so I failed. The very first few times he had to hold my hand here and there, say, hey, you have to push this knob up there. This is the volume. This is the cue. This is what you need to do with the computer. I had to get used to failing. And failing, at this point now, it's becoming a habit. It's becoming a joy. Which, that's the thing. We really need to redefine what failure is. A lot of the time we think failure as, oh, God, she can't even come near me. She's a failure in the family. But that's the thing. No, it should not get to that point. Failure should be seen as a stepping stone to the next point that you're going. You're running, you're walking, you're exercising, you failed a routine. Hell, try again. You have audacity to even try. You have audacity to even start. You have audacity to keep going. There are so many laws behind just the act of doing that we don't understand. We don't see it. A lot of the times we really don't deep it. Like the British would say, you need to deep it. You're right. Because to fail something, you have to have had the audacity to start it. The audacity to keep going consistently, the audacity to try and adapt new things, new solutions, think about new problems, the audacity to keep going, keep working until it just doesn't work. a lot of the times, the moment the moment something does not go right or wrong, people just quit. The moment oh God. And I, even now in this time that I've thankfully been accepted to medical school and just sticking around and doing all of these boring things, I have come to the realization that it is important to be in a moment of boredom, and also to be okay with things not going my way. Because now we're so quick into, I need ChatGPT to help me, I need Google. How about when things don't go right, we sit down with ourselves, we take a deep breath, and say, hey, maybe this is what's happening. Maybe I need to do this. Because at the end of the day, you will understand yourself better. You will grow in many ways, shape, or form. And you will understand how things work when you try to figure things out yourself. When you fail, failing should not be a taboo. Nowadays, people fail at content creating and it's like, oh my gosh, she failed. She posted only one video and it flopped. Yes, she did. And what? Not a lot of people have the audacity, the guts, the push to even post a single video. So if you're doing that, whether it's content creating, whether it's painting, whether it's running, regardless of what you're doing, if you fail, congratulations, you failed. Because guess what? You grew. You're not who you are when you started that project. You failed. And guess what? You also have the experience of failing. So you know how to pick yourself back up. You know how to navigate through a failure, through challenges. So when someone else is experiencing that same thing, you know how to get through that. And guess what? You become a teacher. So let us not take failure as a difficult hurdle to overcome. It is difficult, but let us treat it with grace. Let us see it beyond what it is. Let us see failure beyond the detrimental thought it places us in. Failure should be acknowledged. Because hell, if you don't acknowledge it, how are you going to learn from your mistakes? How are you going to see that, hey, I am doing something wrong here, I failed? Because once you acknowledge that you failed, you will then be able to reassess what went wrong, what you did, what exactly did you put in it, the steps you took, the actions. You will be able to retrace your steps to figure things out. And you do all of that by failing. That movie told me and showed me a lot. Particularly with me when it comes to content creating, because it's like, whoa, I can actually fail at something. It's okay to fail at something. You are not a failure if you fail at something. Actually, I petition for us to remove the term you are a failure just because you failed something. Once, twice, even if you failed the 5th time, you're still not a failure, because in fact, you're a winner. You trying, you sticking it through till it failed, you're gonna. The only thing is you'll be able to pick it back up and move it on right ahead, because that is what makes wonderful entrepreneurs, wonderful business people, wonderful student, wonderful anything in your life that you want to be in. It's great. It's great. So after that movie, I actually recorded a podcast. Oh, actually no, I recorded a TikTok video. It was like, hey guys, you guys need to go watch it. And I mentioned how important it was for people to chase their dreams, even if it seemed scary. For the longest time, I found IG to be a taboo to post. And that's probably because that's what others treated it. But I'm not others, so I didn't have to do that too. Like, what you mean I'm posting just one picture a year? When I post pictures when I take pictures every like 2 to 3 business days, what is it doing stacking on my phone? My phone will lose, something will happen to me, and like what? Then what? My pictures are what? Come on. They're meant to be posted. And I love taking pictures. I love doing all of these model hand poses. So it's like, ooh, Zinzeli. Yeah, Zinzeli. I love it. So, why wouldn't I post it? Even reels. By the way, I have now enjoyed just posting Instagram on every day because it's fun, and I've seen my engagement go up. Like, a lot of people like the posts, so I'm gonna keep posting the posts and keep sharing stories after I make the posts, and then I keep sharing my reels. I want to hopefully hit 2,000 followers by the end of December, and I need to do that by posting a lot more, honey. Nothing else matters more. I'm kidding. A lot of things matters. Medical school, my family, God, come on. But that's a dream. That would be a dream. That would be my prayer. So y'all need to follow me on Instagram. I'll try and put my handle on this podcast. But I really enjoyed talking to y'all again. I will see y'all next week. Once again, do not be scared to do what you want, to do what you'd like to do. You always will fail. But here's the caveat. You will really fail if you keep your head down and not move at all. You will really fail if you do not take the steps to get back up and keep moving, keep working on the project, keep doing all of the things that you need to do. And once again, it is okay to be cringe. It's okay to be embarrassing if it means that you get what you want. Because guess what? All of those people that are talking about you being cringe, you being embarrassing, they're not getting the money. They're not getting what they want. They're still sitting there on the couch consuming what you're posting. Because if they didn't watch you, how are they even gonna know you're cringe? Quickly. I know that's right. You need to start telling yourself the reality of how things are. If they're gonna comment, they should comment. They're gonna like, they should like. But other than that, they need to hop out. Anyways, this is where we're gonna end today. If you loved and enjoyed this podcast, please leave a comment below. But I enjoyed doing this, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.